5 Pokemon investments for the month of July. Cannot believe we are already halfway through 2024. Look, everything I'm going to talk about here today is under $150 right now. There are good investments that are much higher, much more expensive than $150. But I understand that the higher price points can be very prohibitive for some people, including myself at times, right? So we're sticking with some of the cheaper stuff here today. And of course, $150 is not nothing. That's still a big time price point. But as always, it's buy low or at the beginning of a wave. You hold until you can double your money or where you get to a point where you feel comfortable moving on, right? And you don't want to spend irresponsibly on Pokemon ever. This should be fun investments. This should not be all of your investing money. And you also need to have a plan to go liquid once you want to move on from these investments, right? It's not like a stock where you can just move on at the press of a button. You have to have a plan for being able to sell when the time is right. So keep all those things in mind when you talk about Pokemon investing. But getting into these 5 investments for July, it's really going to end up being more than 5, but I've kind of broken them down into 5 categories here. I still think anything Crown Zenith, it's the time to do it. Right now is the time to do it. You can get an ETB at $50 from a bunch of different retailers. Booster bundle under $30. This is one of the best sets ever. Certainly one of the best sets of the Sword and Shield era, but it's one of the best sets I've ever seen. There are so many unbelievable cards. You've got the gold Galarian Gallery cards. You've just got heaps and heaps of great cards. The Mewtwo V-Star, the Deoxys cards. The list just goes on and on. It's an unbelievable set. So get in while you can. I think prices are going to rise on that pretty quickly. You look at Japanese 151 and English Scarlet and Violet 151. This is a golden investment right now as well, in my opinion. Another incredible set. You've got the nostalgia factor with the original 151 Pokemon, the starters, plus great art. You know, the unique art that we're seeing in the Scarlet and Violet era with these special illustration rares and illustration rares, they are one of a kind. These sets in Scarlet and Violet are, in my opinion, going to end up proving to be big time growth type sets, booster boxes, whatever you can get your hands on long term. The booster boxes of Japanese, they're incredibly cheap right now. You can go get them. The ETBs of the English version, the blister packs, whatever you can get your hands on, it's going to be a smart investment because, again, you've got the nostalgia factor. You have got the fact that these are just unique cards that you've never really seen anything like them before. You can even get that UPC Ultra Premium Collection. Harder to store. It's a big box, but I think that those will eventually boom in a big way as well. Looking at some of the other Scarlet and Violet sets, Temporal Forces, Paradox Rift, Twilight Masquerade. We've talked about these a lot. The booster boxes are still very close to $100. You can even get some under $100 on eBay. Go get them and buy low. Hold them for as long as you can, next several years, you know, if you have the time to do so. These are really good sets, unique artwork, great chase cards. I think that they're going to end up seeing tremendous growth. Paldea Evolved is already at a little bit of a higher price point. It is a little bit older. It's about a year old, but $130 to $140 is still a good long-term play for one of these booster boxes. They're going to end up being, you know, easily over $200 in the next several years. Obsidian Flames is at about $100. For me, this is the weakest set so far in Scarlet and Violet, in my opinion, but I still like a lot of the cards in this set. I still think it's a good long-term play, especially at the price point you can get in at. It just might take a little bit longer, in my opinion, to kind of really hit big time numbers with the booster box. A really good play right now is still the Silver Tempest booster box on Pokemon Center, available for $143. Should get free shipping as well at that price. This box should get to over $200 really soon. It's from the Sword and Shield era. You're well into Scarlet and Violet now. I don't know that you're going to see any more reprints or anything like that. Obviously, if there was, that would impact things. But I think Silver Tempest is a set with that Lugia Chase card. And it's not just the Lugia Chase card, right? You have a bunch of nice Lugia cards in that set. I can't believe the Lugia V and the Ho-Oh V are not more expensive right now with the artworks on those. But there's a lot of good cards in those sets. Vivid Voltage, not really a great set. You do have the Pikachu Chase, though. But the fact that this set is almost 4 years old, I think it soon will be over $200 right now. You can get it for $130 to $140 plus shipping on eBay. So I think that's going to end up being a good investment that might not take too long to pay off. Same thing with Battle Styles. I think it's a better set personally than Vivid Voltage. You can find it for $120 to $130 plus shipping. It's over 3 years old now. So every single set you've seen in Pokemon, the booster boxes, if they're over 5 years old, they're worth over $200, like clockwork. Like that's just how it goes. So you could be hitting that $200 plus mark on both of these sooner rather than later. Individual card wise, I'm always a fan of, if you're going to invest in sealed. But if you want to take any of the Scarlet and Violet illustration rares or special illustration rares that are sitting at or around or even less than $10, I think you can't go wrong there. And Fernape and Ninetales are two that I really like right now. Those are really popular Pokemon that should do well over time. So really appreciate y'all tuning in. If you enjoyed the content, if you found it informative, entertaining, whatever it may be, please consider liking, subscribing, hitting that notification bell. Y'all have a good one.